is the first matchup, and I'm using my ZekEekZeb Striker deck. ZekEekZeb is a very strong deck in the current meta, and this is my little spin on the build with Striker. We both get our opening hands and have no basics. I can see by the opening hands he's got some special metal energies in there, and is probably running Durant. Now everyone hates Durant because it's such a strong deck. Milling your cards by the number of Durants using crushing hammers, it's really hard to play against. My opening hand is not particularly good. Mewtwo is absolutely rubbish against Durant decks because Psychic Pokemon have, Steel Pokemon have resistance of -20 to Psychics. Get lucky with the coin toss, get to go first. My only option here is double colours onto Mewtwo and strike his Durant for a whopping 20 damage. Stupid pop-ups, get rid of those. Special metal. So no Pokemon Collector, which is pretty handy for me, and no dual ball, so he's having to level ball for his Durants. It's the second level ball, will be his third Durant, so he'll be devouring for 3. And there they go onto the bench. Crushing Hammer to try and get rid of my double colourless. Get lucky with the tails. Second Crushing Hammer, second tails. So very lucky for me, very unlucky for him. Loss remover not only helpful for him, but also helpful for me. Removing that special metal energy, charging up Mewtwo is still my only option, and striking for a measly 40 damage. Start of his next turn, he has no energies in hand and has to pass back over to me, so I've managed to do my job of slowing him down. Draw the pond, which is brilliant, but again I decide to charge up that Mewtwo. And I play my pond. And this is a pretty good hand. I mean, I can now start building up an eel. I've got 1 Dynamo down and 2 eels in hand, and no double colours if I really need to, and get the first knockout. Against Durant, for a Durant player, losing the first prize is what you want to do quite early on because it activates your twins. For me, the only way I can beat him is knocking out those 6 ants, and obviously he's going to be milling me. Gets himself a revive, pops that Durant straight back, and there it is, there's that twins. At the time I was probably thinking, what's he going to be grabbing? But it's pretty obvious he's going to get a loss remover to remove the double colours off my Mewtwo, and an Eviolite. By doing that, my X-Ball is completely useless. We get a completely redundant attack. With a combination of the -20 from the Eviolite and a -20 from the Durant resistance, I'm going to be hitting for nothing. So my only option here really is, well, I have 2 options: to keep charging up Mewtwo and try and hit him, or to try and get a Striker ready. There is that loss remover removing away my double colourless. But no Eviolite, which is very strange. Mills me, and luckily get a Blitzel. And also very lucky I've got my only Super Rod in hand. That way I can get back my only duo, Striker, and a Zekrom EX. Because I only run 2 Zekrom EX in my deck. I feel having 2 Zekrom EX and a Mewtwo just is enough EXs. If not anything else, will be overkill. They can be grabbed with Pokemon Collector, and I run 3 Collector. It just seems having more in the deck kind of take up slots that can be used for more useful cards. So we get the evolution on the Dynamo and start charging up a Blitzel. Now this is where I got a little bit careless. I seem to have forgotten I had laid the Blitzel because I play a level ball to get us some Striker. Got a little bit overexcited that I had the 2 energies needed to start disconnecting. Problem is, obviously, I can't evolve as I've just laid the Blitzel, and that was such a bad play mistake because if he has N in hand, he's clearly going to N away my striker, and I've got to wait to either draw it or get to a junk arm to get back a level ball, or draw into a level ball. Pokemon Catcher, clearly going for the eel, an attempt to try and slow me down so we can start getting his momentum running, start getting those energies attached, and start getting some trainer cards, because at the moment he seems to be having a bit of a trainer drought. Maybe he's not running Poker Gear, seems like absolute madness not to, and he plays Professor Oaktree Theory. That's how lucky I was. If that was an N, I've been pretty annoyed. Plays the Crushing Hammer. Gets the heads, but this I thought was a bit of a random play, because he's going to be removing one lightning energy, and I've got an eel already as my active Pokemon, so I can just put that straight back onto one of the guys on the bench. So it was a bit of a waste of a Crushing Hammer, if you ask me. Plays the Eevee to give protection against the Mewtwo, but I'm clearly going to be going straight for the Substriker. Mills 3 pretty useful cards: Sage, Junk Arm, and Cleffa. I don't really need a Cleffa at this point. So we pop the energy onto the Substriker, onto the Blitzel, evolve into Substriker, and just burn double colours to get the switch. It may seem like a waste of double colours, but with no switches in hand, it'd be a waste to put it on a Mewtwo, and it'd be a waste to put it on the Substriker. Now we can start getting the disconnect. We can start getting the trainer lock. He can no longer be playing revives to get those Durants back. It's going to be a slow knockout with Durant 70 HP and with the Eevee. It's going to take time, but he can't catch her. He can't level ball for more Durants. He can't Super Rod if he plays Super Rod. He can't Junk Arm. Oh, trainer is locked out. And 2 energies and a level ball. So all the cards to be milled in a Zekrom Eel deck, you don't really want to be milling energies, because all I'm going to be doing is using my Eel Tick to put them on my Pokemon. And Zekrom EX, Glinting Claw is ready, 1 more energy, and we've got ourselves a Strong Bolt prepared. Disconnect from the knockout. For a Pokemon Collector, so not bad. I mean, it allows me to get Time Mow when my turn rolls back. I can get that Dojiro that I Super Rod back into the hand. And he's only going to be devouring for 2 now, as long as I keep that trainer lock up. And I've got at least 25 cards sitting in that deck. Well, actually looking at it now, there's probably about 20 cards. I'm not going to count them, I've got plenty of cards. I've got this game in the bag, I feel. Whilst I'm learning about getting the Shaman, that way I could have dropped it and moved the energies that are on the redundant Mewtwo over to the Zekrom, but instead I've got plenty of energies in the bin. Might as well get myself another Time Mow down and evolve it next turn. This is where he gets really desperate. Attaches a second metal energy to his Durant and goes for Vice Grip. I don't think I've ever seen a Durant player Vice Grip to try and knock out my Substriker so he can remove the trainer lock. Another energy onto Zekrom and get ourselves another eel. But all the energies from the bin have been attached. But Strong Bolt is charged, we've got extra energy on there. Just keep disconnecting. Another knockout. Pretty useless prize, but he's got 1 Durant. He probably isn't even running Cobalion in this deck. Or I've been that lucky that both his Rotom and his Cobalion have been prized. So might as well, instead of just tormenting him even further, retreat out, Zekrom EX, and let Zekrom EX fully charged, laughing at that little measly ant standing ahead of him, and crush. Still really annoying since the new patch notes. They did say that you can discard a double colours for the Strong Bolt, but It's still not working, much like how you still can't use rare candy on a Rolls to get a Gardevoir. And later when I show you my Dragon build, they've made the XP share a little bit too good. But that's how we crush some ants.